Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 84 of the Shadow Cult podcast. And it's not the 5-man gang, it's the 4-man gang, but not the typical 4. It is myself, James, Scott, and Ricky this week, as Walter is not here this week. He's spending some time with the folks, so there you have it. But we carry on, and tonight...
Carry on my wayward son.
I knew you were going there, and I hate you for it.
You were done. You don't hate me.
No anyway, it's Royal Rumble season.
Royal Rumble.
Episode
It's
84.
time to rumble. It's time for the Royal Rumble.
Rumble match.
So yeah, tonight we are back to reviewing a show as we are talking for the 15th anniversary Royal Rumble 2007 from San Antonio, Texas.
Tejas.
As I completely forgot to pull up me notes because I've been so wore out all day. Literally from noon until about 7 o'clock. Been working and yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you hear a kind of an echo on Levi's side. He'll explain to you why.
Basically, swapped places with the folks in the house. They're upstairs, I'm downstairs. I have an office now with a bedroom in the next room over. So no more me doing the flare flops, unfortunately.
I mean, you still can.
No.
I mean, you still can.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't say it's true. Oh God, no! How will we ever live on without that? Love ya.
You're gonna miss the flops, and you know it.
Sure, we are.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah.
Smile, big smile.
Where's his smile? Where's his smile?
Where's the smile? Where's the smile? Come on. Show
Anyway,
Show
Royal
them pretty
Rumble
whites.
2007.
Yay! Yes, 2007
Yes.
Royal Rumble.
2007.
What a time capsule this show is. Wow.
Oh yeah.
2007 from the AT&T Arena, which I finally was able to go 2 years ago to see Maiden in that arena. And God, that's a big arena. I didn't thought it was going to be that big, but sure, it's hell of a big arena.
It sure as hell big.
Way bigger than the Freeman Coliseum where they used to go for shows.
Yeah, for sure. And the Freeman Coliseum is like 5 minutes from the AT&T Center, so it's not that far. Oh, they got the AT&T Center, the Freeman Coliseum. They got more like mini theaters there, which I'm like, dude, what the hell? And then like 5 minutes there, it's downtown with the Majestic Theater, the Aztec Theater.
You still got the Alamo Dome.
Yep, they got the Alamo Dome, which is like...
Think about it. It's like 1997 was in San Antonio, 2007 was in San Antonio, 2017 was in San Antonio. I'm guessing 2027 is going to be San Antonio.
Probably.
Make that be the tradition. Every year that ends in 7 be in San Antonio.
Yep. But yeah, Royal Rumble 2007 from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, with an attendance of 13,500, sellout, all paid, which was lower than 2006 and was the 5th highest attended show of 2007, with WrestleMania at the top. Obviously. Livegate, $780,000, lower than 2006, but the 4th highest of 2007, with WrestleMania 23 being the highest. Pay-per-view buys, 525,000, lower than 2006, but the 3rd highest of 2007, with WrestleMania being the highest. So, numbers across the board, while lower than the year before, still really good numbers nonetheless. And interesting, because this is during the time in the brand split where we had 3 brands. Raw,
Yes.
And the winner of the
WWE CW.
And the winner of the Royal Rumble match could challenge for any one of the 3 world championships.
Even though we'll get to it when we get to that.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, without further ado, let's get on to the show. So, yeah, only 5 matches, but we kick things off with a tag team grudge match. A rematch from December to Dismember. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, versus Eminem, Mercury, and Nitro with Melina. Now, of course, basically to start off is Jeff Hardy and Johnny Nitro over the Intercontinental title. Then it became Eminem versus the Hardys at Survivor Series and December to Dismember. Armageddon, we had the infamous nose break of Joey Mercury, which was basically the big story heading into this match. Eminem wants revenge for what they did to them at Armageddon, and they played it up that on the SmackDown prior, they broke or dislocated Matt Hardy's jaw. Which, those were the big stories of the match. And the match itself, while not as good as their match at December to Dismember, still a pretty good match, though much more brutal because of just the more vicious offense from both teams. Because, Mercury with the nose, Matt with the jaw. So they just wanted to basically injure one another. So this was more of a fight than a traditional tag match. But it was still a pretty good match.
You expect that from the build that they were, building this up. This isn't going to be a traditional tag match. It's going to be a fight between teams who want to beat the crap out of each other.
There's a lot of punching at the beginning of this match.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's by design because of Joey's face or whatever, because there's not a lot of crazy spots and all this stuff like that. December to Dismember match is way better. But yeah, it's a lot of punching at the beginning between Matt and Joey, and then Jeff and Joey, and then Johnny gets in there, and Jeff and Johnny can throw off each other a little bit. But it's like they're waiting to get to when the match is really going to kick in around the hope and the heat and all that stuff. It's just like, all right, come on, keep throwing the punches till we get to the minutes and the second spot, so we can start having an actual match here. And there's not really to it. It was a good match, but nothing like they've had previously.
I thought it was a good match. The one thing I will complain, fucking Melina screaming. When I first watching this,
constantly.
When I was watching it this in the morning, and I was hearing you screaming, I thought it was a fucking siren outside, a police siren. I was like, oh shit, it's Melina. I'm like, Melina, shut the fuck up.
There
was one... stick something in her mouth.
Whoa, that's heat.
I wasn't gonna go there, but
James did.
And Nitro, you were too weak to even talk to the man about it. Anyways, and Ricky froze again. The lagger has returned.
Lag away.
Unfortunately.
How much lagger?
But there was one spot in this match I really liked. I'm trying to remember how it went, but Jeff was trying to tag Matt, and he did this cool little spot where he finally got to tag Matt, but the ref didn't see it. It's like, if they would have just let Matt in the match, that would have been one of the coolest tag spots I would have seen. Because I'd have to watch the match back to really say what it really was. But Jeff flipped out of something and stood back on his feet, tagged Matt, but it didn't count.
If it was modern day, it would have.
Yeah, they wouldn't have mattered. Are you holding the tag rope, bro?
But in the end, after a swanton from Jeff, the Hardy Boys defeated Eminem in 15 minutes, 27 seconds. And then all throughout the night, you're getting wrestler after wrestler coming in to pick their numbers for the Rumble match. And then we get into match number 2 and the first of 3 championship matches of the night. First for the ECW championship, Bobby Lashley defending against Test.
Main event world championship match Test. On the second match of the card.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I wish this could have been the opening match of the show. Not gonna lie, because it was fast paced. These guys just beating the shit out of each other. If this would have been the first match of the show, I thought it would have been great. and then we could have the Hardy match. Could have a bit of a breather to what would happen later in the show. But decent match. I mean, it's Bobby Lashley and Test.
Lashley's still green at this time, and Test is already established, been there, and this is a whole different Test because he's natural, or he was. And it is what it is with the two of them. It's a shitty finish for no reason, and it doesn't really do anything to add to their story at that time. But for what it was, it's a big hoss fight. That's what you got. That's what you expect.
Two meatheads fighting against each other. Pretty much.
Vince McMahon likes big, sweaty men.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, my thought with this match, I thought this match sucked, honestly. These two, to me, just did not mesh well. And you would have thought, ECW title match, it should have been an Extreme Rules match. And I think if it would have, or something different, not a normal match between two big guys. If it would have been Extreme Rules match, I think this would have been much better because the two could have done a lot of cool spots. But a standard match between these two, they didn't mesh, and the match was bad.
I understand why they wouldn't do it because of a match later on the.
Yeah. You don't want to overlap stipulations.
No.
See that way too often nowadays, and once you see one of them, it hurts the others.
Right. Yeah, don't want to gimmicks, as Jim Cornette would say.
But in the end, Bobby Lashley defeated Test by countout in 7 minutes, 18 seconds.
Yeah.
What a way to defend the ECW Championship for the first time.
With a countout.
By countout.
The irony.
Countout, yeah.
Yay, Extreme!
And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Was he just having yes? Why?
I'm crying because this is so beautiful.
As Krusty the Clown is saying, "What the hell was that?
What was that?
I don't know.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Oh god!
I lost the Channel Ocho. What the hell is that?"
Oh man!
I need to steal that bit. Anyway, so moving on to.
Sandman was rolling over in his grave, and he was on this card.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have wanted Sandman's spot though in the Rumble. I think that was a beautiful spot. I would want that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Moving on to match number 3, the second of 3 championship matches of the night. For the World Heavyweight Championship, Batista defending against Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy.
No,
so
you
Batista,
gotta do it. No.
I can't do it right now.
Yeah, you
can. No, I can't.
Your mic's right there.
Kennedy.
I'm not doing it tonight. Anyways.
Kennedy.
They were building Kennedy strong at this point.
Huge, man.
He'd beaten
the rocket
like
pack on him.
half a dozen world champions at this point. It's like...
Yeah. And he had just come off of his feud with Taker, and Batista just gone off his feud with Booker. And
it was the logical world title match for this show.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I wasn't upset that he even lost the match because
we knew he was Kennedy wasn't going to get the belt here.
No.
It was kind of like that. Hey, he's not going to get the belt, but we still want to keep him in a big spot. So let's test to see if this is going to work because look what happened a couple of months later. And if we ever talk about that show, we'll talk about it,
which we probably will. In all honesty. But yeah, the match itself,
it's okay.
It's just okay.
It's okay. I mean, for a test, for a way to test Kennedy, how he will be a main eventer, I thought it was pretty decent.
Well, it's also a test for Batista too to see if he can help carry a relatively new guy on the roster at this time.
Kennedy was only on the main roster for.
To be fair, Batista isn't even that experienced at this point. No offense, but it's
the only way you get that experience is being thrown out there. Just throw him in the deep side of the pool and see if he can swim.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay.
But in the end, Batista defeated Mr. Kennedy in 10 minutes 29 seconds to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. But now, so up to this point, the show is meh to start things off.
It's there.
But here we go. We're now to the part of the two matches you remember this show for. Kicking things off with match number 4.
It's not always how it starts and it's how it ends.
Right.
Match number 4, the penultimate match, and the third and final championship match of the night, a last man standing match for the WWE Championship. John Cena defending against Umaga, who up to this point only lost one match.
Umaga. With Armando Alejandro Estrada.
Dude got over and they took him away from Umaga.
Yep.
Yeah. Dumb decision.
Made him a wrestler for some reason.
But my God, I mean, this is how you build a monster with Umaga.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, so
it's
up
a shame this wasn't the first match between the two.
Yeah, because in the build-up...
It was the second one, because the first one, freaking Cena won by a roll-up. That's how they ended the undefeated streak. Like, okay.
Yeah, it was just random, but you could look at that as like they still kept Umaga strong because it was a fluke win, and Umaga wants revenge, and they beat the fuck out of him going into this show to the point where on the go home, Umaga fucking does a beautiful splash on Cena through a table, making Cena kayfabe injured with an abdominal injury, which earlier tonight Vince McMahon thought, you're not going to be able to compete. You're not even going to be the last man standing because you can't see me.
I kind of do wish that their first match was some kind of no finish, though. Back from at New Year's Revolution, they could have done like a no finish.
Because even with this stipulation, you're not pinning the guy anyway. It still would have kept him in that level.
It's like Umaga still would have been unbeaten because not pinned, not submitted.
Right. But yeah, we get to the match itself, and I will say this. The second best last man standing match the company has ever put on. The first one being Jericho Triple H Fully Loaded 2000 for me, but this is a very close second in last man standings. This was a fantastic match. And it wasn't, and we're not even towards Super Cena yet. He's still selling his ass off and making himself look beatable no matter who he's up against, and making Umaga look like a star on this match.
You could make an argument that this is one of Cena's 10 best matches.
Yes.
Even with all the great matches he's had in
Since
recent
then?
years, this was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Because at this point,
and it's Umaga's best match.
It is.
I was going to say that in terms of Umaga's memorable matches, this is at the top. This is the top. Another match probably be the Marlon America, but for obvious reasons.
No, the Battle of the Billionaires.
Yes, that one too.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to that
that's his most famous match. For other reasons.
Other reasons, yeah.
But in terms of a match, like this here was amazing.
Yeah, this is his best match because it made him look strong.
And he lagged again. but yeah, with this whole match, like a lot of the spots were really creative during this match. Like probably one of the most creative blood spots was when Cena picks him up for the FU, but because of his abs, face first into the steps, and color ensues. But probably one of my favorite spots of the match is a spot you don't see them, or you didn't really see them do often, when Cena literally threw the stairs out of the ring and into Umaga's face.
That was, I forgot they completely did that. I'm like, no, oh Jesus Christ, wow.
That was brutal.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite spots of the match. But then
you can only do that to a Samoan. I'm sorry. No one else is going to stand there and take that. Like, this is nothing.
Well, Edge took it. Edge took one. Edge took one from Cena.
Kayfabe, brother.
Yep.
But then we get towards the end of the match where Estrada is unhooking the top rope, and it's like, oh, is Umaga going to use that for the Samoan spike? Nope. Cena literally does the STF with choking him in that intensity in Cena's face. And
Twice.
Doing it twice, and Cena just...
Blood dripping out his face. And
Umaga just turning fucking purple during that, too. And it had to take 2 of those to put Umaga down. After the 10 count, Umaga, he was just done. He was done, but despite losing, Umaga still looked great in defeat. Because
don't forget the hurdling the 3 announce tables and splashing
through
the
announce table. Yeah,
that was another fallacy right there. He got up at the 9. I'm like, wait, does that count? Yes, it counts. He's still in the match. Keep it going. Just wow. And the way John sells it when it's over, it's like he went to war, and he's like, he does like, yeah, no, it's like, huh? Okay, good.
What?
Okay.
What?
I won.
What was the license plate number on that truck? Holy crap.
UMAG 2.
But in the end, John Cena defeated Umaga in 23 minutes 9 seconds to retain the WWE Championship. But now,
years later, Umaga's cousin would get revenge at SummerSlam.
He would. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it.
But now it's time for the main event. Are you ready to rumble royally? Because it's time
The Royal
for the
Rumble.
30-man Royal Rumble.
The Royal Run-In.
So, all the participants in this match in blah, 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 blah.
Alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order. We have Carlito of Raw, Chavo Guerrero of SmackDown, Chris Benoit of SmackDown. Hard to believe that this was his last Rumble match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only 6 months later.
Yeah. Chris Masters from Raw, CM Punk ECW, Edge Raw, Finley SmackDown, Great Khali Raw, Gregory Helms SmackDown, Hardcore Holly ECW, Jeff Hardy Raw, Johnny Nitro Raw, Kane SmackDown, Kenny Dykstra Raw, Kevin Thorne ECW, King Booker, Matt Hardy, The Miz, and MVP from SmackDown, Randy Orton, Ric Flair from Raw, RVD, Sabu of ECW, Shawn Michaels, Shelton Benjamin, Super Crazy of Raw, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer of ECW, Undertaker of SmackDown, and Viscera from Raw.
And you look at the match graphic of this match, it had all 30 participants announced in advance. Oh my God. God forbid they do that nowadays. You're spoiling and ruining the Rumble.
But we start things off with Ric Flair and Finley, kind of like a little WCW reunion between the two.
The 2 old veterans.
Basically, yeah.
And then out comes Kenny Dykstra and...
Kenny!
Yeah. Oh, Kenny Dykstra. Remember when they tried to push him as a star?
Everybody thought he was going to be the star of the Spirit Squad, and look, Dolph Ziggler's the last Spirit Squatter left standing.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. I wonder why.
Pause to think.
But yeah, and then Matt Hardy comes out at number 4, and then we get the Iron Man of the Rumble. The Iron Man of the Rumble match, Edge, at over 44 minutes. And 6 eliminations, too, on top of that. Then out comes Dreamer, Sabu, Gregory Helms,
when Sabu comes out, puts on the table, you know he's gonna go through the table.
Yeah.
He who sets it up goes through it.
Goes through it, yep. And oh, does he go through it.
As Kane comes out at number 10, and probably one of the big spots of the match, the choke slam through the table
and
to the
plus,
floor.
if I'm not mistaken, this was the Rumble where Kane set the record for most appearances in a Rumble.
Up to this point.
At the time,
At the time, and he still has the record for most appearances. Because you combine his time as Kane, Fake Diesel, and Isaac Yankem, he's been in like 20 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then we get CM Punk, who had a really good showing during this match. Almost half hour. King Booker showing up. And then you get At one point, Kane eliminates Booker. Booker's pissed, goes back in, eliminates Kane, which set up their match at No Way Out the next month.
That's the one thing I've always complained about the Rumble.
Yeah.
If you get eliminated by someone who's been eliminated,
should not be eliminated.
That shouldn't count. Yeah, that shouldn't count.
The thing of it is, the rules with the Rumble are so inconsistent. Because Vader did it in '96, but everyone could come back in. But then you have Hogan eliminating Boss Man after Boss Man eliminated him in '89. It's.
I mean, another example. It's not a Rumble match, but the Battle Royal WrestleMania 2. It's not a Rumble match, but William Perry gets eliminated, then grabs Big John Studd and pulls him over the top rope, eliminating him. It goes all the way back to '86 and beyond. So it's the inconsistency just goes back.
It's one of those things, like, it's the Rumble. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
You can't do that, man. Why not? It's the Rumble.
Then out comes Super Crazy, then Jeff Hardy, and then the Sandman. Getting to do his entrance and only having to go in and last 13 seconds.
Smack, dump, done. And you notice how many times he freaking rolled? He was like rolling up the fucking hill. It was so good.
I do my entrance, and then you fucking pay me.
That's it. That's what I live my life for. I want that spot. I hated Battle Royals. Nobody likes Battle Royals unless you're winning it. Then you're fine with it. But one time I was booked at the Battle Royal, I never got in the ring. I walked all the way around ringside, tagging hands, saying hi to all the people, made it all the way around, and just walked right to the back.
So you George the Animal stealed it.
Exactly. Yep. Without Elizabeth Knight and mine. So, yep. I would just like tag hands. Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, screw this match. I don't want to go in there. You want to get me neither. Hey, how's it going today? I loved it. And then like one guy got eliminated right near me. I grabbed and said, come on, we're going to Denny's. And then walked him right to the back. And then we went to Denny's.
Or hell, you could have pulled a Kevin Nash and eliminate yourself from a battle royal.
Yeah.
Enter the ring, ding ding, and then eliminate yourself. Bye.
Later.
But yeah,
battle royals they're mostly just they're just like giggle fest for the boys. They're just gonna wallow around the ring, just tell stupid jokes to each other, violate each other. Yes, it happens. Yeah. So yeah, battle royals are always fun. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. I hate you, Scarsdale.
You are.
But yeah, that's half the entrance, and then starting with entrant number 16 is when things start picking up in the matches. Here comes Orton next, followed by Benoit, RVD, Viscera, Nitro, Kevin Thorne, Hardcore Holly. And then 23, Shawn Michaels coming out. And I like how he kept the DX gimmick until he was written off, which was cool yet odd, considering he was by himself since this is just a few weeks after Triple H tore his other quad.
Is like he was entering with the DX theme at WrestleMania in the main event, and I thought that was fucking weird.
DX gear. Yeah. But then we get Chris Masters, Chavo Guerrero, MVP, Carlito, and the ring is pretty freaking full by this point, but it gets cleared out quick as Great Khali comes out next at 28, goes on a tear for less than 4 minutes, eliminating 7 guys.
I thought he was going to get to at the time, I thought he was going to get to 10 eliminations in 2 minutes. Shit. Is he going to break Kane's record in 3 minutes or something?
If they wanted to, he could have.
They would have never done it, but it's they were still trying to push Khali as something special here.
And really, the end of his push would happen at the end of the year, after he lost the world title. But
the end of his push was actually the summer that year when he was feuding with Cena.
Yeah.
That was really the end of his push, but yeah.
Yeah.
But he got a Hall of Fame ring out of it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Hall of Famer Great Khali.
Yeah.
And then out comes The Miz, who 7 seconds. And this was back when The Miz was absolutely hated by everyone in the back.
Especially Benoit. Oh, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's you kind of want that spot in the Rumble as well. Unless if you're not going to win, you want to be in there in 4 seconds, be gone. The Bushwhacker Luke spot. Do the bounce, earthquake grab you, throw over, and then just bounce all the way back.
Bouncing to the back. That's right.
The Santino spot.
The Santino spot.
I wasn't ready. I go in now.
I go in now. And then number 30 hits, and it's The Undertaker, and Solo eliminates Khali, and then MVP, and then we got one of the best Final Fours in Rumble match history in terms of the star power.
Maybe the best.
Neck and neck with 92, for sure. With 92 with Sid, Hogan, Savage
Piper, and Savage Flair. Yep.
Yeah, so this would probably be second or third, because also the Final Four of the 02 Rumble was great with Austin, Angle, Triple H, and Perfect. But yeah, this is definitely up there in terms of the best Final Fours in Rumble match history. And
just look at the impact that those four guys would have for WrestleManias coming after this. You know, a year later, it's Edge and Taker. A year after that, it's Shawn and Taker. A year after that, it's Shawn and Taker, and da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, hell, that year alone.
Yeah, and this was also a reminder to those. This was during the time when Edge and Orton are still rated RKO and the tag champions, world tag champions.
Which, if I'm not mistaken,
during this point.
Didn't they lose the belts the night after this?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Because I know
let me look that up quickly.
I do remember they dropped it to Cena and Shawn at some point.
Yeah, because remember they were tag team champions when they wrestled at WrestleMania. That's true. They lost to Shawn, I think, but I don't know if it's the night after or before.
So aftermath. Let me see. Anyway, keep talking while I'm looking it up.
But yeah, and then while this Final Four is going on, fucking Edge and Orton just put a hurting on Taker with chairs and Taker getting color in the match.
Yeah.
And I Shawn getting his ass chewed out by them.
I like the little moment when Edge is getting ready for the spear. Racema is going to spear Taker, but he's waiting for Randy to turn around.
But he runs at Orton, but then stops himself. Like, Orton's like, what the hell you think you're doing?
What are you doing?
And Shawn comes back, RKO. What the hell was that? It's like, Shawn was like, that.
And then he comes back in and dumps him out.
It was the night after the Rumble where Shawn and Cena won the tag belts, because that was right after they won. I'll just wait till after we finish, and we'll talk about the aftermath of this.
The aftermath, that's fine.
But yeah, and then Shawn comes back up, eliminates both Edge and Orton. Edge with the kick, and then we talked about it last week, or you did, Ricky. The best match within a match in Rumble history for 7 minutes. It's first time in 9 years that Taker and Shawn have interacted whatsoever in the ring. And it was a great moment, and they put on a great 7-minute match in a Rumble match.
Just based on that moment where they're both laying in the ring and the whole crowd understands what's happening now. Yeah, they get it right there. It's like, oh, we got this now. Undertaker sit up, Shawn nip up. Now we're in. Let's go.
And then the stare down.
You had Raw's residential legend against SmackDown's residential legend.
Yep.
In Texas. Both Texans in Texas.
Yep.
So yeah, any better. I couldn't imagine being in the crowd for this, being like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then the two just bring out everything for these next 7 minutes. And then we get to the end where Shawn goes for another super kick. Taker grabs him. You're out. And The Undertaker finally, after he probably should have won maybe one Rumble match in the past, he finally gets a proper one. Not the Osaka Rumble. That's not canon.
Unofficially, it's his second Rumble win.
But unofficially, his second. But in canon, it's his first and well-deserved at this point.
And the first time that the number 30 entrant won. Because every year, when the number 30 guy, it's like, oh my god, here's the winner of the Royal Rumble. Never it's like, freaking Adam Bomb comes out one year, that's going to be the winner of the Rumble. Yep. Crush is going to win the Rumble. Hell, number in 97.
DiBiase, like, the second Rumble. He buys the number.
97, Undertaker comes out at 30, and here's the winner of the Royal Rumble. It's like, they stopped that after a while, because it's like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
But then finally, 30 wins. After this is the 20th Rumble.
Yeah. And then we had that infamous Taker curse, quote unquote, that whoever won the Rumble wouldn't win the title. Until...
you froze again, Ricky. Oh, no.
Back to us.
But the aftermath, you have the next night on Raw, Shawn and Cena winning the World Tag Team titles, and then during their, I guess you could call celebration, gong, Undertaker comes up on the stage and stares right through Cena. Like, they had him tease all 3 world champions.
That week.
They had him go to ECW to tease against Bobby Lashley. They teased against Batista. They teased with Cena. Personally, I know the match with Batista was great and all.
Should have been Cena.
I almost kind of wish they would have done the Cena match. Because that would have been one of the most intriguing Undertaker streak matches we'd seen in a long time.
Especially since the Orton match.
With Cena being champion for as long as he has and not really losing, and the guy who doesn't lose at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a great match.
Granted, Cena would have had no problem being 15-0 that night. So
it'd have been weird as fuck seeing Undertaker have to carry around the spinner belt. But
really weird.
Yeah,
I could have seen it was maybe Taker would have had the power to say, "I don't want to carry this dumb belt around. Give me the belt design we had before."
Or he could have bring back the Whit Eagle, the original.
I was.
It would have probably been the undisputed.
Design.
The undisputed title.
And I love that. I love that belt.
Or he would have created his own championship. Honestly,
they made one for him. They made one for him eventually.
But it's like Taker with the big gold worked.
Yeah.
Can
you imagine Taker ECW champion?
No, that would be weird.
No.
That would be weird.
It'd be weird, but then again.
Granted, if he did face Lashley, it would have been great because Lashley was starting to get better by this point. But still.
I do like the fact that they actually teased him going after the ECW title. Like, it was still
to give them
somewhat
something.
Important.
Yeah.
And then in future Rumbles, the ECW champion is in it. So.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Raw where he's staring down all 3 before choosing Batista. So, but now that I think about it, had Taker Batista not happened, who would you have put up against Batista?
Shawn. You could have done Shawn, and I don't think Shawn would have had a problem putting Dave over.
Yeah,
he would have made him earn it. Definitely would have made him earn it, though.
Yeah. But in the end, The Undertaker wins the 2007 Royal Rumble match, last eliminating Shawn Michaels in 56 minutes, 18 seconds. So overall, Royal Rumble 2007, first 3 matches, it was
perfect ascension.
Perfect ascension. Well, started off with a good tag match, then it fell a little bit with the ECW title match, picked up a little bit with the world title match, then really picked up with the last man standing. And then you end off with, for the first half of the Rumble, it was good, but the second half, amazing.
Really kicked in. Yeah, really kicked in.
So overall,
it's all about how you finish it, and if you finish it great, a great finish can make a mediocre thing look a whole hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, good show. It was like it was like a check mark. It was the check mark ascension. But yeah, so overall, good show. Definitely recommend you check it out, especially for the last two matches, Last Man Standing and the Rumble match itself. Speaking of, time for favorite, least favorite, sleeper, and shocker of the night. Favorite match? It's a coin flip between the final two matches, but if I had to go with one, I'm going to give the edge to the Last Man Standing match just because of just how awesome it was and the story told, the selling for both guys, and Umaga's best match. So I'm going to give the edge just a bit to the Last Man Standing match. Least favorite, Lashley Test. I did not like that match at all. Sleeper, I'm going to give the sleeper to the tag match, the opening tag match. And then the shocker, the fact that we got Taker and Shawn as the final two in the Rumble match itself. Just because, who would have thought we would have seen this after 9 years? So there you go. Scott?
I agree with you right across the board. I'll go with all those choices right there with you. I mean, it is really tough between the Last Man Standing and the Rumble itself, especially for those last 7 minutes. But yeah, definitely favorite, Last Man Standing, least, Lashley and Test. And Sleeper's tag match, but the shocker is that ending of the Rumble. One of the best of all time. And hello, Bailey in the chat, man. How you doing, brother?
James?
Yes.
There you go.
Pretty much in the same line, Ricky?
Yeah. Yep. Same mindset.
Yes.
Is this the first time we all agree?
Four-way tie.
We all had the same thought.
All right, now push job Endeavor.
Oh boy, I'm curious to hear this.
Oh God. Lemmy. What do you got for this?
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Edge.
Oh my
shit. At this point?
This point.
Oh God. You have to push one, job one, and Endeavor.
Who are you firing? Who are you firing? That's the question.
Oh, I'm not firing Taker because he'll take
That's the rule.
You gotta fire somebody.
One's getting endeavored. Who's going? Anybody in the chat? What we're doing here is push job endeavor. If you know Mary Kill,
you know what?
Names. Here, you got to push one. You got a job one. You got a future endeavor one. And don't be cute. Don't be cute.
Okay.
Follow the rules.
Okay.
Right? I got mine.
Okay. What? James, hit me.
Go for it, James.
Push Undertaker, job Shawn Michaels, Endeavor Edge.
Okay.
I push Taker, Endeavor Shawn, job Edge.
What do you say, Levi? You got it?
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this to my brain.
You think it was hard? You think it's
you
hard?
Are evil. You are evil.
I have my moments. Pussy, you have to fucking do it.
Yeah, I have my moments.
Dude, this guy fucking put me like my two favorites of all time. You think it was hazy for me?
Now, let me explain my whole reasoning. I'm jobbing Shawn because he can put everybody. He pretty much was putting a lot of people over, and he's still over. You Endeavor Edge, he can go down to TNA, work a lighter schedule, be with his best friend, and push Undertaker because, what else? Undertaker ain't going to be losing a bunch, so that's why you push Taker.
And Cosmic Black Metal 96 in my chat says the same thing. Push Taker, job Michaels, fire Edge.
The reason I decided to Endeavor Shawn is because at this time, Shawn was, even though he was still in great shape, he kind of needed a bit of a rest. So I was have some time off.
In the summer.
My reason for, because I would do the same, I'd push Taker, job Shawn, Endeavor Edge because of Edge's neck.
Oh, yeah,
to save neck, because it wouldn't be that much longer after this that he would have to retire.
He can work. Now, he could go to TNA and work a lighter schedule.
Right. Now, granted, we let him go here. We don't get Taker and Edge a year later at WrestleMania, and various other things that happen. But that's the rules of the game. Levi's still waiting.
Captain Pussy.
Or at least,
Captain Pussy.
Who are you going to push? Please. At least give me that question.
Who are you going to push? Who are you going to push?
Come
Who are
on.
you gonna push?
Come on, Levi. You gotta make a decision.
No,
out
I
of this, man.
refuse.
I'm not letting you out of this. The show doesn't continue unless you make a decision. I could stay all night. I got nothing to do this weekend.
This is gonna be a 5-hour show if you don't make a decision.
Or at least analyze it. Like, what would happen? Analyze it in your head.
4 years later, he retires. Yeah.
Talk about it in your head. Analyze it. Think about it. Think about different scenarios. Because I might think if I would have fired Sean, we wouldn't gotten the Flair match at WrestleMania, which he would have had to fight
Or the
somebody
Taker
else.
matches at 25 and 26.
Yeah.
Hello, Soul Blade. How you doing? Thanks for coming to the chat tonight. Hey, you.
I guess push Taker, job Sean, Endeavor.
Was that so difficult? Was that so hard?
I don't like this anymore.
He's like the meme from Futurama. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
It's a fantasy. It's fantasy.
This is fantasy. This is not real.
It's fantasy.
This is what you do in the car, man. I could have done easy shit. I could have done Shane Helms, Carlito, and Lashley, but like, I guess my
reasoning, Taker, because it's Taker. You can job Sean to keep his sympathy going and still.
He's over no matter what.
Good.
Yeah.
And then Edge, give him some time off because of his neck, but God.
Yep.
I was going back and forth between Job and Endeavor. It was mainly between Job and Endeavor I was struggling with because Sean would end up taking 6 months off after Judgment Day.
Pretty much.
And then come back before Survivor Series.
At this point, Sean could lose every match and still be one of the most over guys in the company.
Pretty much.
Yep.
At least you didn't go with Chris Benoit. We know where that went.
Oh,
we're not.
That
could be a subject. That could be a subject.
That'd be something. Something to discuss in the future.
I mean, literally, if y'all do that episode, I'll be down for that one.
God. I know at some point I'm going to have to talk about it. It's not going to be this year, but it's one of those, at some point, got to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. All right, there we go. Let's do this one. Let's do an easier one now. The backup one. Carlito, Shane Helms, Lashley.
Okay. I gotta think on this one.
Cosmic Black Metal in my chat said push Carlito, job Shane, and fire Lashley.
Push Lashley, job Helms, and Endeavor Carlito.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna say
wait.
Push Lashley, job Carlito, fire Helms.
Wow.
Because Lashley, you're gonna push that guy no matter what. And Carlito, he can job, make some guys look good, and still keep his heat. Helms, like, really, after he drops the Cruiserweight title, what the hell do you do with him after that? Hell, they pretty much didn't do anything with him after that anyways.
To be fair, they didn't really do anything with him as Cruiserweight champion to begin with.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But Helms is one of those guys who's good enough that he can help put people over.
Yeah, so I would job Helms myself. Push Lashley, and I'd endeavor Carlito.
Yeah,
because at the time, Carlito's attitude is, it's not the best at that time.
And it's like Carlito can go back to Puerto Rico and be a
got the family
there.
History exactly. He can go. He
can
won't
go to Puerto
him.
Rico. He could maybe go back and forth between Puerto Rico and TNA.
Like get a working agreement between TNA and.
Yeah. So there you go.
Push job Endeavor.
You're welcome.
I don't like these anymore.
And now this
I'm really uncomfortable right now, thanks to Scott.
Jeez, come on, dude. Yeah. It's all in good fun. It's all in jest. Nobody really got fired or endeavored or jobbed or pushed.
I don't care. So. It hurts my heart to make choices like that.
That's probably what you have for dinner.
Probably.
Anyway,
but the biggest
news
wrestling.
But the biggest news,
right?
Corey,
exactly.
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves has been cleared, And speculation, he's going to be a surprise entrant in the Rumble.
Please,
that would be cool because
exactly like
I think
Waller.
a lot of people nowadays, I think, forget that Corey wrestled, and he was really good in early NXT.
He never got the chance to show it.
Here's my thing with Graves: make him the Iron Man of the match.
One of them.
I think Graves is going to wrestle 5 matches and get endeavored. Because he's not a commentator anymore. Like, bye, Corey. Take your girlfriend with you.
Everybody forgets that Graves was a part of that original kind of NXT group, and all those guys moved up to the main roster, and Graves, unfortunately, got hurt.
Yeah.
That's right. It was the first. Wasn't it the first takeover that he was announcing it?
One of them. He
announced his retirement.
It was one of them.
Really way back, right in the beginning of when NXT was.
It was in 2014.
Because
he had just come back from a concussion, then got another one, and that was it. Was it?
And it was terrible timing when he got the first one because he was in the middle of a really good program with Neville in NXT.
Because they were tag team champions,
and then they were feuding afterwards.
It's like the NXT tag team champions at one point was Corey Graves and Adrian Neville.
Right.
And they were a good team. They were a good team. But yeah, I'm happy that Corey's finally getting to wrestle again. And who knows, maybe if he has a good showing in the Rumble match, what do you do with him after that, though? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe just start him off as reestablishing him, and then maybe later in the year, maybe a U.S. title run? Maybe?
I don't really think he needs that.
Where is Carmella? Is she on Raw or SmackDown?
I think SmackDown.
She's women's tag team champion.
With Selena. Yeah, so she's already locked in with Selena.
Okay.
Let's see.
Back and forth.
Because I was going to say after with Beth and Edge, maybe Miz and Maurice could do something with Carmella and Graves.
But that's 2 heels.
It's all heels.
I know.
Graves ain't going to be a babyface. No, he ain't going to be a babyface.
He shouldn't be babyface.
He'll be babyface that first time he comes out.
Yeah, he'll be like, good for you, man. You're getting in the ring. And then it's like, okay, fine, get him the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Chop his ass and get him out.
It's always one of those great things to see somebody come back from a career-ending injury.
I was telling Levi this when that first news got announced. It kind of gives hope to Paige a bit. Just a bit.
She's been trying to get cleared,
I'm with you, Bailey. And Soulblade is saying in the chat there, he'd like to see Reigns should lose to someone new. Now, of course, we don't mean now because he should not lose now.
No,
but if there was somebody new on the rise that Roman would put over,
we kind of.
Well, we did talk about that last week.
Talk about last week.
Did you hear what Jim Cornette said this week, or was sometime recently?
That
WrestleMania 40, it should be Reigns versus Breakker for the Universal title. Have Reigns hold it that entire time.
That long, wow.
But it's like fans are not patient to have a 3-year title run.
No.
Not in this era.
It would be cool. I wouldn't mind if Reigns is champion until Braun is ready. Because that would make.
It's a new start.
I was going to say something bad, but
you need a new. You can't have. There's nobody on that roster that's ready enough to beat Roman.
No.
So until that point, you keep that belt on Roman for as long as possible. And honestly, have him hold it through SummerSlam this year. Have it be 2 years.
Because Reigns is 500 plus days as champion.
Yeah, he's broken the record already.
I was gonna say he has broken the modern record.
He broke the Universal title record.
Yeah, I agree, Bailey. Back in the 70s, 80s, sure, there was a long period of time for champions, but not nowadays.
But see, back in the days, champions weren't on television every week.
All the time, right?
Champions were barely on TV at all. Like, how many times did you see Hulk Hogan on Superstars or Wrestling Challenge?
Not rarely.
You saw Flair on WCW on Saturday night on TBS doing interviews. Didn't see him wrestle a whole lot because they were saving him for the
once or twice, like a year, you would see Flair wrestle on TBS.
And Soul Blade is talking about Robert Roode and Lesnar, but I mean, Roode's good, but he's nowhere near that level of being a guy nowadays. Yeah,
Roode's at that point of no.
Yeah, I mean, him and Ziggler, good as a tag team, but he's not at NXT when it was glorious and all that stuff. Amazing to think back. What was that? 7 years, 7 years ago?
No, not even that long ago.
4 or 5. So, yeah, he was huge then and hasn't really had much impact since.
I mean,
great wrestler, great. He's got a total package, but
it's
not there.
And we talked about this before. Walter, perhaps, but
I brought that up.
See, you're putting yourself into a corner if you put Walter right away with somebody.
Right away, yeah.
I know.
Because he's finished with NXT UK. Is he done, or is he coming to America?
He's probably coming to America. You're not going to put him on 2.0 because if you put him with Breaker's beating him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You put him on the main roster. You put him on the main roster, honestly,
I mean,
try to build.
I mean, at first, if Walter's in the Rumble, I would love for him to be in the Rumble.
Have Walter win the U.S. title. Have him run with that shit for a long time.
Yes.
Like you want to make the U.S. title mean something again. Mm-hmm. Have Walter hold that shit for over a year.
I'd rather have the Intercontinental title to make it important again.
Yeah.
Or how about
it's just floundering?
He wins one of the two. Any of the two, and he makes it the European title again.
No.
Don't need
You're not getting rid of the. Yeah, remember the last time they tried to get rid of the Intercontinental title? That was a fucking failure.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. title, that's kind of it would work better with the U.S. title because you have the foreign wrestler holding the U.S. title.
It's Cesaro all over again. And Rusev too.
But would you
except it would be way better this time.
Mm-hmm.
Would you make Walter? Let's just say we make Walter the U.S. champion. Would you make him kind of like how Cena was, where he would defend the title or open challenges, or be this heel that
just be the guy that people just go and it's like, who's gonna stop this guy? And
until eventually he moves up to like Goldberg, he moves up to the World or Universal title, gets that, and drops the U.S. title for a tournament or something.
And that's exactly what you could do.
Who's the longest reigning U.S. champion
of all time?
In
WWE is Ambrose, because Ambrose had it like 11 and a half months.
Let me check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me check.
And I'm shocked they haven't tried to have somebody beat that record yet.
But they would actually have to give a shit about the U.S. and Intercontinental.
There is that. That's what I'm trying to figure it out.
And see, that would be a benefit of unifying the world titles. Like, my God, you would have to actually invest in making the U.S. and IC titles mean something again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What a thought.
Actually, it's MVP.
Wait a minute.
343 days.
I'm sure Ambrose had it longer than that.
Well, as I'm trying to...
States champion.
US...
350... No, wait. What's
it? Bailey, I think that's in the NWA era when you talk about...
351,
WWE
351. Yeah. I looked it up. 351 days. Yeah, 351 days.
Yeah.
For Ambrose or MVP?
For Ambrose.
For Ambrose. So
he broke the record for like a couple of days.
Granted, during his reign,
it was all about the Shield.
It was all about the Shield.
It was all about the Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but with Walter, give him the U.S. title, make him a dominant champion to the level of the world title.
Like,
make it
who's gonna beat him? Or nobody ends up beating him and he wins the Universal or WWE title.
And just surrenders the U.S. title.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, he moves up to the World or U.S. or Universal title and just drops it like Goldberg did with the U.S. title.
Now, would you do that with the IC title as well?
I mean, I'd rather do it with the IC title than the US, but I understand what you're talking about, just to give some credibility back to the IC title because they're not doing anything with it on Shinsuke right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that he's hurt.
Yeah.
He's been hurt.
Well, that tells you right there how much they put stock into that championship, and they're going to let it just stay on the guy who's hurt instead of trying to move it around.
Because right now,
it's the Trish Stratus syndrome.
Because right now, Damian Priest is the current US champion.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he's doing the open challenge thing, sort of. It's like, why not have him do the open challenge, and Walter accepts it,
and then
that's
he takes
how
That's
how
and
you
imagine
fucking
that
started.
match. That'd be a really cool match to see.
That'd be really good.
Because
that's how you start it. Because Priest has not been pinned on the main roster in over a year. So it would be Walter beating a guy who hasn't lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
right away, like Walter winning, and it's like, oh shit.
He actually beats somebody of somewhat relative importance.
Mm-hmm.
Soulblade in my chat says, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think Goldberg is going to be in the Rumble, which is not a good idea. I don't think that's happening because we know he has one match that's in his contract, which will probably be something set up for WrestleMania. Yeah, we talked about the possibility of Braun Breaker and Goldberg and the story behind that, but I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble itself. They're going to set up something for him. If not at WrestleMania, one more freaking crown jewel show.
Or give Big E his big meaty men bumping meat match.
There you go.
Oh God!
it would give Big E something for WrestleMania. It would give him his dream match.
Scott, now that you brought that up, we're gonna get another Saudi Arabia show eventually this year, and supposedly it's gonna be the Elimination Chamber.
Really?
Huh. Yeah. But they're gonna be changing the name of it.
They're gonna be changing the name.
Oh.
Well, I mean, in Germany, they already changed the name of the pay-per-view to, like, No Escape.
Yeah.
Okay. Because of...
For
obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons, yeah. Yeah. Should call it, like, Escape Room.
But the rumored new name for the Chamber match for the Saudi Arabia show is going to be the WrestleMania Chamber.
Okay.
I'm already turned away from it now.
I'm already bored and confused.
Exactly.
That's probably going to determine who faces one of the world champions.
Champions eventually, yeah.
Depending who wins the Rumble.
Unless they have either Roman or Brock win the Rumble.
Yeah, which I thought Brock was going to win it so he could challenge Roman for a unification match at WrestleMania. But,
which honestly,
he could still do that.
It could still happen.
At this point, given that you got both of them as the champs.
Or you could have Roman win the Rumble.
Yeah, could do that too.
Who's Roman going to face at the pay-per-view for the belt?
Well, he's facing, you mean at Rumble? He's facing
Rollins.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Yeah, because it's Roman and Seth, and it's Lashley and Brock.
Yeah.
But
what ladies are returning? Confirmation for the Ladies Rumble. Well, we know Lita's going to be in there as returning.
Mickey,
Mickey James in there.
I still am perplexed by that.
The Bella Twins,
the Bellas, Summer Rae.
Summer Rae, that's right. She's
Summer
in there.
Rae.
Kellyanne?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Kelly's in there.
Wait,
what about Melina?
Let me look it up.
That could be a surprise.
Royal Rumble 2022.
Yeah, Viking, we had contemplated that too. I don't think they rename it. They would just call it one or the other probably after that.
No, not 2012, 2022.
Come on, Google, work.
But yeah, now that I think about it,
do Royal Rumble.
But now that
do math.
But now that I think about it, I mean, considering you have both Brock and Roman as your champs,
okay,
might as well have one of them win the Rumble match and then do the unification match. That's honestly
more
the
sense
best
for Brock
route
to challenge Roman because that's more what Brock would do.
So I got the list for the women's Rumble match. As of now, from Raw, Rhea Ripley, Nikki Ash, Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, and Tamina.
Okay.
And on SmackDown, we got Shotzi, Natalia, Aaliyah, Naomi, Shayna Baszler, Charlotte. That's for SmackDown. And then,
So
of course,
6 and 6. That's 12.
Hall of Famers, Nikki, Brie, and Lita.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Legends, Michelle
15.
McCool,
That's right.
Kelly, Summer Rae, and Mickie James.
So that's 19.
I'm already going to say it right now. Whoever eliminates Charlotte is going to win the Rumble.
Probably. Unless they're going to make the unification.
Whoever eliminates Charlotte is winning the Rumble and then going after Charlotte. It's just going to be like Drew and Brock from 2 years ago.
It seems to me like they want to do that because they just teased it on SmackDown. They want Lita and Charlotte because Charlotte already beat Trish. Now she's got to get her bestie. So that would be a WrestleMania match. That would be because Lita still fucking looks amazing. Like she never left. She's frozen in time. I don't think so, Blade, that AJ Lee is going to make a return. Honestly. No. Yes, maybe the forbidden door. Maybe the forbidden door is cracked open a little bit these days, but not whole much to where AJ Lee I think is going to show.
Like I said,
clearly Johnny Knoxville should win the Royal Rumble and challenge Reigns or Lesnar, right?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if
Brock just talked about Johnny Knoxville in the main event.
Yep. And the whole thing with Knoxville, like, people want to be mad that he's in the match. This is not like Drew Carey, where Drew's just there doing nothing but waving to the people.
I mean, plus
Knoxville's gonna
Johnny
get his ass kicked.
Plus, Johnny Knoxville's there to promote his movie, which I'm gonna fucking watch it.
I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
his pay-per-view comedy show.
Now, let me go to the men's Rumble. Who's in the Rumble? So as of now, we have for Raw, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, both Ray and Dominic, Austin Theory,
and freeze. And he froze again.
Now, I wonder if there's going to be any forbidden door with the men.
I thought Moose was going to make an appearance. I thought I heard a rumor that was happening.
That's a rumor.
That's just a rumor?
There's always a rumor about Jericho.
Yeah, there's that too.
So after Austin Theory, it's Knoxville,
if freaking
Sheamus.
I agree.
If Jericho's AEW theme played, that the place would go fucking crazy.
Judas, yeah.
If
Judas played,
everybody would be singing it.
Oh yeah, they would. Then we get after Austin Theory, it's Johnny Knoxville, Sheamus, Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, Sami Zayn, Kofi Kingston. So only 14.
14 so far
for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Corbin for the Rumble win.
We're probably going to get some NXT. We'll probably get some NXT surprises, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker's probably going to make an appearance at the Rumble.
Please make it.
He should.
Dude, have Braun eliminate a bunch of people.
Yeah, make him a monster in there. Do it.
Yeah.
Bring Tommaso, bring Pete Dunne.
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
If Walter surprise entrant right there, that'd be huge.
For the women, you better have Mandy Rose in there.
Oh yeah, Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan's asses.
Yes, and we're probably going to get Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is probably going to make her in-ring return at the Rumble.
As the old Alexa.
I'd love to see that. I think we're done with Playground Alexa. We're done with that. I know they're doing the vignettes right now with the psychologist and everything.
I wouldn't mind if they give Alexa the Rumble, but make her old persona.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I am banking on Soul Blade 2. I'm banking on Liv Morgan.
And honestly, I'm thinking that with if you have Alexa in return as her old self, I'd have her win the whole thing.
Maybe.
I'm still thinking like right now,
and then go after.
I think Liv Morgan is the feel good story for the Rumble this year.
Or they're gonna go back to back with Bianca and do the Becky match where Bianca finally gets the win.
But then again, we have that Naomi. I'm forgetting Sonya Deville kind of feel, which might be a WrestleMania match. Maybe can you imagine Naomi winning the Rumble and then Sonya Deville screwing her up?
Oh, Zach. I want to see Santina win the women's.
Of course you do, Zach. Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I want to see Sammy the Tranny win the women's Rumble.
You know what? Screw it. Sami Zayn el genético at the Rumble.
No, he enters twice.
Genetico numero uno.
Mm-hmm.
And he both eliminated by Owens.
Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, I want to piss in your boots because I eat children.
Wait. Kevin's not in the Rumble. I'm guessing he's going to be in the Rumble.
He'll be in there.
Yeah. He'll be in there. Hell, I wouldn't be shocked if somehow, even after Rollins loses, he's in the Rumble match.
He'll probably.
Yeah,
probably.
And Lashley as well.
Well, it all depends of what... They could go one of the world title matches last.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in the men's Rumble, this is from Soulblade in my chat. In the men's Rumble, I think a Hall of Famer legend will win this time. Okay, probably not going to win, but what legend or Hall of Famer could we see in the Rumble this year?
Let's see.
That's still in shape.
Wait, where is it going to be this year?
Yeah, that's my question.
St. Louis.
St. Louis,
St. Louis?
Missouri.
Ooh.
At the Dome at America Center.
I'm going to say Jeff Jarrett, maybe?
No, he's doing stuff in GCW now.
Right, yeah, he's doing
okay,
that now.
Who else?
Sean Waltman. He's been he said that he's cleared to return to the ring.
Okay.
That would be
That's
great.
a possibility.
I would love
if he can find it. If he can find the ring.
I'm trying to think who else is in kind of decent shape. Could go in the Rumble.
Shawn
Honestly,
Michaels could. Shawn Michaels could.
Honestly, I could see.
After that Saudi Arabia match, Shawn's not doing another match.
William Regal comes back and enters the Rumble.
William Regal, the general manager, got released, but the real man's man comes out.
He's a man's man. I mean,
Levi.
I would love.
Could always see a Forbidden Door entry.
Could be. Yeah, like who would be Braun Strowman? Dustin. Road Dogg, the New Age Outlaws. I've heard they want to copyright that name now. Good luck with that, by the way.
Good luck with that one. You know what? Long shot. What if they for one night Cody?
No.
God, I hope not.
No,
I hope not. Jeez.
Fuck Cody Rhodes.
CM Punk. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, maybe? Bryan is going to be at the Rumble to babysit because his wife is working that night.
So
I mean
that would be
he is going to be there.
Because
hey pal,
remember,
you got your boots?
How's it going?
You got your
boots? Hear me out.
Sure, I'll show up.
Hear me out.
Fine.
Hear me out. Hear me out, people. Hear me out. Hear me out. If Bryan enters the Rumble, we gotta have Reigns and Edge in the Rumble. Have a little bit of a reunion from last year.
WrestleMania.
Yes,
that would be cool. That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Hey, I thought I banished you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Edge is gonna be in the Rumble.
I thought
sure.
I
He
told
probably
you
will be, yeah.
to never come back.
Mm-hmm.
Randy for sure might be in the Rumble.
Randy will probably get a huge pop.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if Kane enters the Rumble this year?
I mean, it's not that far from Knoxville, right?
No, and he's originally from St. Louis.
But will you have him as Kane or Corporate Kane?
You'd have to have.
He'll be
him as
Kane.
I know it's a
He ain't
rhetorical
never
question.
gonna be Corporate Kane ever again.
No.
He'll be libertarian, anti-vaxxer Kane.
That's true. Yeah, Knox City Mayor, by the way. Which actually a friend of mine who's a author. We just had on Necrocasticon lives in Knoxville, and I said, "Wait a minute, does that mean you're one of Kane's boys? You live in Kane's County?" He's like, "Oh shit, you're right."
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Towards the end of the month, I'm going to be going to Tennessee again. Next county over from Knox County, so I could get to meet him. and that'd be the one
Seasick
greatest
Viking.
moments of
Mick
my life.
Foley is way too broken down to get in the Rumble. These
No,
days.
Mick Foley,
he
no.
can't. He
Love
can't
him to
do
death,
bumps
but make
ever
sure
again.
that Stone Cold is not in the
No.
Rumble.
No.
That's not going to happen.
Austin has said he's never wrestling again.
No.
No. He's not. He's
that
not going.
ship has
They're
sailed
they're saving Austin for WrestleMania for him to get a big pop.
Yeah, show up and just do a stunner like you did.
Do
WrestleMania
something.
32.
Yeah.
Now, got a question from Bailey in my chat. Okay, this made me think of a question. Who is a wrestler that's passed away that was never in a Rumble you would have liked to see in one? And one for him was Sean O'Hare. Now, was Sean O'Hare ever in a Rumble?
No.
I don't think he was, but I'm just
No.
Not
who
that
would be somebody that's
He would have
passed away that was
only
never
been
in?
in. It would have been either 02 or 03, and he wasn't in either one.
And
of them.
my answer would have been Andre the Giant.
Andre was in a Rumble.
Oh, that's right. He was in a Rumble. What the hell?
He was
am I
in
thinking?
89 and 90.
Yep, you're right. Sorry.
Now, if we're talking about one who hasn't won, then Andre maybe.
Hasn't
But-
won it, yeah, but no.
Right. Who
Who
passed
else
away
did
who
that?
was never in one?
Who's never in a Rumble?
Bruno.
Bruno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruno.
Wasn't in a Rumble match. He was in Battle Royals, of course, but not a Rumble match.
Was Dusty in a Rumble match?
Yeah, 90.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Dusty, Flair, Harley Race. He's been a Rumble.
Harley was in the first Rumble.
First one, yeah.
Were Animal and Hawk in a Rumble?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
in 91.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
They eliminated Undertaker.
that's
Bobby
true.
Eaton. Bobby Eaton.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
There
one.
you go.
That's
Yep.
one.
Never been in a Rumble. So,
No, he wasn't a Rumble. I was gonna say Andre, but no, he was in '89.
right. hmm
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I said erroneously. Yeah.
Trying to remember who else.
Uh,
God, there's a big.
I'm trying.
There's
to
a
think.
lot of big names who have been in the Rumble. That's
Pillman?
the thing.
Was Pillman ever in a Rumble?
No, he was,
No,
never
he
in the
was
Rumble.
not.
Yeah.
There
No,
you
he was
go.
never in a Rumble
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's another one.
because he was in WWF in what 98, 97,
No.
96 and 97.
He signed in
Okay.
June of 96. He was injured
passed
that
in-
entire time.
Right.
and passed.
And all the
The only
matches he
Rumble-
had, they were never a Rumble, yeah.
The only Rumble
Yeah.
he could have been in was 97, but he was
Right.
injured at that point.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
No,
So that definitely would have been one that would have been crazy.
no, not Owen. Owen wasn't a Rumble.
I honestly can't think of anybody else.
I know
There's a
one.
lot.
I know one.
What
What?
one?
What?
Who? New Jack.
New Jack in a
Oh,
Rumble.
boy.
Perfect.
The entrance would just be
Crazy. Yep.
Natural Born Killers playing while he's coming out. It goes that his entire the entire like 2 minutes or whatever.
2 minutes. Yep.
Don't
And
lie,
he does like
motherfucker.
Sandman in this 2007
Oh.
Rumble. Runs in, hits a few people, gets dumped out. Uh-oh,
Zach
we got one.
Zach just brought up one. Del Wilkes, the Patriot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right. He was
Yeah, okay.
because he was gone.
He was
He
gone.
signed-
He
wow.
was gone before
No,
98.
he signed in the summer of 97 and he was gone by Survivor Series.
I could have sworn
Yes,
he was
Viking.
in a
He
Rumble.
was in a Rumble. He was in several, actually. Let's see. Where is Tommy Dreamer wrestling these days? He's on Independence.
He has
he got-
his House of Hardcore and he's doing
Yeah.
stuff
Right,
in
if-
Impact. In fact, Dreamer contacted Regal when Regal got released. It's like, hey, we got
Hey,
a
would
spot
you like to
open in
come up?
Impact for you.
Yep.
Mhm.
Come on in. We could use you.
Good on you, Tommy, for reaching
Yeah.
out to him.
Yeah, but that's a good question because who
I honestly
hasn't been
have
in a
run out
Rumble?
of anybody else.
Those are
that-
that's a good. That's some fun names
Or
right
how
there, like
about-
New Jack, Pillman. Yeah.
Or
all those
how
guys.
about,
Bobby
how
Eaton.
about
Wilkes.
or we could go with people who
Wilkes.
are still alive who never been in a Rumble.
Okay.
There's a lot of people like
Hmm.
Stephanie McMahon's never been in a Rumble.
Scott Hall was never in a Rumble.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's that funny fact how Razor Ramon was in a Rumble, but Scott
not-
Hall was never.
Yeah,
Rick,
same
Rick
thing.
Wagner was in. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
I was gonna say Kevin Ashburn. He wasn't a Rumble.
94 Diesel.
94, 96.
And
then
2011.
when did he come back? 2011. Yep.
Yeah.
No, but that was his Diesel. I'm talking about Kevin Nash.
Oh, we're getting technical
No.
now.
He
Now
did enter one of those. He did enter one as Kevin Nash.
Yes, that's
that
what I remember. He did.
Yeah.
20.
Was that 2002?
One of those. No.
Yeah.
Later one. You're
Yeah.
right.
Mm.
Yeah, Bailey. I'm pretty sure Billy
Wait,
Kidman has been in the Rumble.
Was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a Rumble?
No.
Was he?
I don't know. He was not in a Rumble.
Wow.
Because 88, he wasn't on the... 88, he was in the opener. He was gone by Mania
89, he's in
WCW, and
91,
he was gone.
He was there for a little bit.
91, he wasn't. He was there at the summer, but then he was gone by the fall.
Yeah,
so Steamboat was never in a Rumble.
That's a great
Sting
one right
was
there.
never in a Rumble either.
Dusty was in a Rumble, right?
Yep, several of them. Yeah,
89, 90.
Dusty was in 90.
Okay,
Because he eliminated Savage in that match.
right.
No, Coco Beware was Coco Beware in the Rumble?
Yeah. Coco was in a Rumble.
Yeah.
Coco was in a couple of Rumbles.
Zach just brought up one who Sable for the Rumble. At this point,
yeah.
At this point,
especially with Brock being babyface and being more goofy, why not bring Sable back and have her be
Would
with
Sable
Brock?
want anything to do?
Yeah, that's the thing. Would she want to do it? Yeah, probably not now. Even that. Brock's got enough of that for her.
Well, another name who'll never be in one is Sonny.
Of course.
Oh,
Who all fucking saw that shit this week?
Yeah, exactly.
Off the topic of the Rumble, it's like, hey, breaking news: Tammy Sitch in more trouble. In other breaking news, the
Water's
sky
wet.
is blue.
Water's
grass
wet.
is
Women tell
green.
lies.
but who else
Moon's
hasn't
wet.
been in the Rumble that's
And
alive?
Zeb Roll Tide.
A roll tide.
I'm trying to
It's
think of
always
legends.
sunny in New Jersey.
Mm.
Stupid chair.
Well, of course, Buddy Roger's never been in a Rumble.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Well,
let's
yeah.
keep things modern.
George
I know.
Hackenschmidt.
Frank Gotch,
I know,
Jim
but I'm trying
Lundis,
to. I know,
Ed
but I'm trying to-
Carpentier,
I mean,
Luthez.
we're talking
Ed Stranger
modern
Lewis.
Ricky. Modern.
Yeah, we're talking
I know.
modern wrestling here.
We're talking like 90s wrestlers around there.
Pat
what-
Patterson.
Pat Patterson,
Yeah.
the guy who created it, was never in it, but
I thought he was in
somebody who's alive was never in a Rumble. Kevin Von Erich. Kerry was, but Kevin was not.
Yeah.
That's true. Kerry was. Texas Tornado was.
Yep.
Kevin was never in the WWF.
Nope.
Buddy Race
Another one.
has been in a Rumble.
Speaking of the Von Erichs, what about Michael P.S. Hayes? He was never in a
He
Rumble.
was never in a Rumble. Yeah.
Yep.
And he probably
They
could
could
have
have
been in like 99 or something.
They could have easily hell, in 07, they were in Texas. They could have had him as a surprise entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Not
I
out
know
there
it
for
would have been
just a few
2007
seconds.
Michael P.S. Hayes, but still,
Mhm.
it'd have been that. It'd have
the
been like,
moment,
oh my
yeah.
god, Texas legend.
Because if you have Jim Duggan show up every couple of years to be in the Rumble match, why not Hayes?
Mhm. Yeah, the Dudley Boys were in a Rumble.
Was Tony Atlas ever in a Rumble?
No.
Yes, he was as Saba Simba.
Simba.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Technically, that counts.
Yep.
Was Dynamite Kid in a Rumble?
No.
No. Dynamite Kid never was.
Here's one. Shane Douglas was in one as Shane Douglas.
Oh yeah. Well, what?
Oh,
1991.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in 91.
Yeah, rookie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Too Cold Scorpio, was he?
Yes, Flash
Yes,
Funk.
he
Flash
was.
Funk,
Yep,
97.
Flash Funk.
Oh
96.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
97.
forgot he was Flash Funk. Yeah.
He was one of the final few in that match. Like the
Yeah,
final
he was there
10 or
towards
so.
the end. Yeah. In a very underrated final 10, though, because of the guys at the time and
who's
what they
who.
would become. Yeah, with Brett, Austin, Taker, Vader, Fake Diesel becoming Kane later in the year, Rocky Maivia becoming The Rock later in the year, Mankind, Terry Funk, Flash Funk, Henry Godwin.
Was King Kong Bundy in a Rumble?
95.
Hmm.
There you go.
Oh yeah, $1 million.
WrestleMania 11.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Was the Iron Sheik in a Rumble?
Yes.
Colonel
Yes.
Mustafa?
Yeah.
Yep.
Colonel
as was
Mustafa?
in 92.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Ivan Koloff.
Ivan Koloff? No.
Was
No.
Sergeant
Never
Slaughter in
Rumble.
a Rumble?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in
92.
92.
Oh,
92.
man.
92.
He was one of the former WWF champions in that match.
Nikita Koloff was never in one.
No.
He's never in the WWF.
Right, exactly. Sting.
I
No,
already
he was
said
never in a
Sting.
He's
Royal
never
Rumble.
You
been in
said
a
Sting. I'm
Rumble.
sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't hear it.
It was way earlier.
Can you imagine Sting coming back at the Rumble?
That would be
That'd be
kind of
Forbidden
cool.
Door.
That'd be something.
Mm-hmm.
You could face off with Seth Rollins and eliminate him, get a little payback. Fine.
Yeah.
Payback for what
Or at
happened
least-
7 years
or-
ago.
And Taker? I'm like, I doubt Taker might come back.
No, Taker would
No.
do another.
He's done.
Mhm.
He's done,
Yeah.
I know, but a man can
Yeah.
dream.
Mhm.
Who else hasn't been in the Rumble?
Okay. Bailey kind of referenced this name just now. Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, he was never in a Rumble.
Ooh.
He was never in a Rumble, but now we're going Japanese. Well,
Oh, there's a lot of guys.
There's a lot of
Onita.
guys.
Onita's never been in a Rumble. I'd love to see that.
Great Muda wasn't.
Great Muda wasn't.
Muda
Chono.
was-
Hashimoto wasn't.
Kenzo
Chono.
Suzuki. Well, no, was Kenzo Suzuki in the Rumble?
Might have been
No.
05.
Probably was.
No, I don't think so.
Probably
05.
was. Yeah, maybe.
Let me check.
Yeah.
2005.
Now we go with
Yeah, he was.
Triple
in
A
2005.
guys.
He was number 6 in that
Oh,
match.
don't get me started.
Yeah,
Guys.
Scotty Too Hottie has been in a Rumble.
Yes.
He's gotten his ass kicked in a bunch of Rumbles.
Like 2000.
2001.
Yeah.
his team
2002
beat the
after
Brothers of
Undertaker.
Destruction.
2002 after Undertaker got eliminated by Maven, out came Scotty Too Hotty and got the shit kicked out of him.
There you go.
And Sky Tuhati got his ass kicked
Yeah.
by Muhammad Hassan before he could even enter the match in 05.
Was Devon at a Rumble?
The Dudleys have been in a Rumble, haven't they?
Bubba has.
Bubba has.
Bubba has,
Devon.
not Devon?
I don't
Devon
think
has-
Devon
I don't
has.
think Devon has ever been in a Rumble match.
Okay, there you go.
That's an interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is weird.
Shit, I had a name right now. Because if I would have said all AAA guys, that would be a big ass.
Oh God,
You
forget
would
it.
be. We would be here forever. We
Yeah.
would be here forever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Taz was in a Rumble. I'm trying to think
Lasted
of
10 seconds in 01.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of now. I'm trying to think of ECW guys because I'm pretty sure all
Me
of them been
too.
in a Rumble.
What was a lot?
Mike
A lot
Awesome?
of the big one. No,
Mike Awesome,
wasn't.
no, never been in one.
Raven was never. What? No, Raven
Ra-
won. He was in.
Raven's been in one. Yeah,
Raven wasn't
Yeah,
a Rumble.
Raven was in 2001. Because
yeah.
he interrupted Kane trying to choke slam
Yeah.
Drew Carey.
right.
Wasn't he the hardcore champion when he entered the Rumble?
Yeah,
Probably was.
Probably.
Hmm.
Balls
Balls Mahoney ever been in the Rumble?
I don't think so.
I don't
think
think
I
so.
don't think
Even during the second round of ECW,
No.
I don't think
No.
He would have
No.
been
There, so.
either in only 07 or 08, and he wasn't in either one of them.
Okay. So no balls in the Rumble. Dreamer's been in there. Seth has been in there.
Sabu's
Rob
been
Van
there.
Dam. Raven, yes.
Bam Bam.
Bam Bam was in 94.
94. Yep.
He was the Iron Man in 94.
Mm-hmm.
Was Crash Holly in the Rumble?
Probably.
Yeah, probably like 2001,
Crap.
2002, something like, or 2000.
2000. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those.
In that time frame.
Because I have here almost a lot of the ECW roster that was in
Crash was in
ECW.
01 and 24, and he was in 2000 at 16.
Were the
He was in
Steiners
two.
in a Rumble? Were both the Steiners in a Rumble?
Yeah, 94.
94.
Scott was 1 and Rick was 3.
Snuka was in a Rumble 2008
Yeah.
when he
Yep.
came back.
Yep.
Snuka was in 92 as well.
And
Haku was in 92.
And in 01. That was his
01.
return.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, he was still hardcore champion.
the last jump ship of the Monday Night War.
Was Steve Williams in a Rumble?
No.
Dr. Death?
No.
He never got
Death?
he never got the chance because he got hurt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Blue Meanie.
He probably
He's
would have
never
been in
Rumble.
99.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie.
And Meanie probably could have been in one because he was in the company for a little bit of time.
The Job Squads thing.
And Blue Dust.
And that time he called Goldust Mommy.
Oh, yeah.
So many people call Goldust Mommy.
A lot of people. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 more names that Bailey just dropped. Kensuke Sasaki, Yuji Nagata, and Scott Norton.
Wait.
That have never been in the Rumble.
Right. None of them have.
Nope. Doink the Clown.
Wait a second.
Rumble,
yeah.
Wait a second. No, Blue Meanie was in 99.
Oh, shit.
At number 10. At number 10.
We're going to be talking about 99
we're talking about that
how...
show
we are.
in a couple
Next
weeks.
week,
see, it's easy to forget because, like, that entire card, except for Vince and Austin, nobody fucking mattered.
Nobody cares.
Was Joey Mercury ever in the Rumble?
Probably
06.
Mm-hmm.
He was in one of those.
Let me double look. Yeah, 2000.
Yes, we are going to be covering the 99 Rumble. Yes, we are doing that, Reed.
Because I'm going to...
No chance in hell. You've got...
No chance.
Yeah, Juventud Guerrera was in the Rumble. Psychosis was in a Rumble. Was he?
Were they part of Mexicools?
Psychosis was in 06 because he got eliminated by Ray.
Yeah, I remember. That's when he had the mask. Juventud Guerrera, he was also in the Rumble. Yeah.
Surprise contender, Doink the Clown.
Doink was in there.
Mm-hmm.
No clown. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What did they bring back Heath Slater and have Drew and Jinder in the ring?
I have kids.
3-man band reunion.
He's the only one that's in being world champion. He's the only one.
And Heath, I got kids. Brock Lesnar suddenly shows up. I don't give a shit about your kids.
Or as Jinder and Heath are doing the air guitar, there's Drew in the background and then double Claymore both of them out.
Oh my lord.
Soulblade, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging on the chat.
Honestly, I think
Conan?
Honestly, no, Conan, no.
No,
honestly, I can't think of a better way to wrap it up than that, in all honesty. So I think we're going to call it a night right there. So that was episode 84. But before we go, a quick reminder of the next couple episodes. So next week is top 10 Royal Rumble match moments.
Time out. I mentioned this in our thread there. I think we need to reverse the next 2 weeks because we're going to be postponing our show the last week of the month because Royal Rumble is Saturday and we're going to go on Sunday. If we review 2 Rumble matches in the same show, it's going to seem a little weird. So I think next week we do 99 to get it over with. And then the last week after we review this year's Rumble, we do our top 10 moments.
And there's a chance I may not be here, or if I will be here, I'll be on my phone.
Okay.
Because I'll be in Tennessee by then.
Okay. So I'll run the show from that point. But
yep. All good.
Bailey, you take care, brother. Good seeing you, man.
But with all that said, it's plug time. So before we go, Ricky, I'll let you start.
Well, you can find me on my Instagram at Arkraman Metal Guy, where I post stuff about my CD collection, my guitars, mean stuff, and you can catch me and Levi on the Horseman podcast, which hopefully we can get the next episode either by the end of the month or beginning of February for the the Punk episode, Levi?
Yep.
Yes. So that's going to be interesting for me.
I'm probably just going to have a fucking assembly line list for that. Because I'm not a Punk guy. All right, Scott.
You find me on my YouTube channel, it's Mr. Scott, and you can subscribe to me there. Find me on Twitch under it's Mr. Scott, where I'm jamming out usually on Thursday nights for Throw Me Thursday and various other days too. And you find my Patreon, patreon.com/it's Mr. Scott if you want to support me there. And of course, you find me and our good brother Walter Ball, who could be here this week as part of the Necrocasticon Horror and Metal Podcast, which comes out every Monday, necrocasticon.com.
James.
You can find me on my YouTube at We Are Pro Wrestling, where every Friday I post newest episode of From the Vault. This previous episode was on Royal Rumble 1997. This coming week, I'm going to be talking Royal Rumble 2002, the 20th anniversary of that show. So subscribe to me on there and follow me on Twitter at WAPW_wrestling.
And finally, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, ThrashManiac99. I'm starting to get back into the groove again of posting every couple days. I just posted an EP review yesterday. I got an album review coming tomorrow. I'm not sure which one it's going to be yet. But you can, if you want to follow me on a dead Twitter account, follow me at ThrashManiac99. If you want to follow on somewhere where I am always active, follow me on Instagram at ThrashManiac_YT. And finally, you can follow and or subscribe to me on Twitch at ThrashManiac99, where actually this Tuesday night, maybe, I'm going to be doing a drum stream. I'm going to be playing tunes on the drums because, well, new office, meaning the drums are going to get used more often. So that's going to be cool. But
Excellent.
So there you go. But anyways, so yeah, next week, Rumble 99. Week after that, the Rumble Match Moments. February, we're still going to talk about what we'll do for February, but March, it'll be WrestleMania month, and we're probably going to do a similar thing that we're doing for Rumble. Do 3 Manias and then like 2 top 10 lists.
2 top 10s, yeah, that makes sense.
And I think a guaranteed one to review is 23. Not just because it's the 50th anniversary, but James...
Well, okay, we may not, because I'm going to be talking about it on my channel.
If you're doing it on yours, let's not duplicate.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking 07 on my channel the last week of the month. So let's try not overlap.
Yeah. But with all of that said and done, we will see you in the next one. But until then, horns high, you jackasses.
That's right.